I think that every pregnancy is different. They all have their ups and downs. No one pregnancy is the same.
You want goldfish?
If anyone knows what it's like to deliver a baby, it's Melanie Damaris. She's given birth to 6 kids and adopted a 7th.
We have Dustin, who is 16, Hannah, who is 9 years old, Samuel, who is 7 years old, Rebecca, who is 5 years old.
It was the way her youngest, Ruth, was born that still upsets her 2 years later.
There's no excuse for them to have done that to me.
34 weeks pregnant, Melanie was hospitalized with high blood pressure. She said the same thing happened with her other pregnancies, but she was always able to go home and deliver her children naturally later.
And after several babies, I know my body, and they would not let me leave.
Instead, the doctors advised her to have an immediate C-section.
I asked them, I said, is my baby in danger? No. Is her heart rate normal? Yes. Is my blood pressure okay? Your blood pressure's pretty okay. So why are we doing this? Protocol. I said, I am not protocol. I want to go home.
And even though she wasn't convinced it was medically necessary, like thousands of other expecting moms, she ultimately consented.
There was nothing wrong with me or Ruth when they did the C-section.
And she started to question if money was a motivation. C-sections are more expensive, on average 50% more expensive than a natural birth, and that in turn costs insurance providers more. So Medi-Cal, CalPERS, and Covered California, who together insure more than 16 million Californians, are now calling on individual hospitals to lower their C-section rates. Covered California is taking it one step further, setting goals for individual hospitals to meet within 2 years. If the hospitals don't lower C-section rates, Covered California could limit coverage at those hospitals, hitting their bottom line.
Paying for outcomes. That kind of finance reform is probably the most important thing we can do.
Dr. Sandra Hernandez is a board member for Covered California and director of the California Healthcare Foundation.
If we want a healthy population going forward, we want to make sure those children are born as healthy as possible, that they get the right prenatal care, that if a mother does not need to have a C-section, that we don't do a C-section just because we can.
Beyond California, C-section rates also have increased nationally, from 20% in 1996 to a peak of nearly 33% in 2009, and then down to 31.9% in 2016. Dr. William Gilbert with Sutter Hospital's Women's Services says there are legitimate reasons for performing C-sections.
And we're not shooting for zero, because we're going to have bad outcomes. And mothers used to die in pregnancy because they labored too long.
But he says lowering the rates will have healthier outcomes for both mothers and babies. Mothers don't risk complications from surgery, and Gilbert points to research showing babies born through the birth canal have a lower risk of ailments like asthma.
The fact that you deliver through the natural route, you get those good bacteria from your mother that makes you healthier later on in life.
To help lower rates, back in 2010, Dr. Gilbert started looking into why C-section rates were rising. He found several factors, including older women giving birth, more parents scheduling births for convenience, and doctors just playing it safe.
When in reality, it's, I'm afraid your baby might have a problem. I won't get sued if I do a C-section, or I might get sued if there's a bad outcome and I do a vaginal delivery.
When Gilbert started looking for ways to reduce C-section rates, he considered one solution: peer pressure.
The plan is really to try to help everybody understand, make it transparent. Transparency is one of the best things we can do to provide the best quality outcomes that we can. Everybody knows what's up.
C-sections have been reported at government agencies for years, but now the hospital rates are being disclosed across California for the doctors and expecting parents to review, with rates ranging from 71% at a hospital in Southern California, the highest in the state, to Sutter Hospital in Davis with one of the lowest rates in the state at just 12%.
There is so much information out there about quality outcomes, and parents are choosing to find those hospitals to deliver their children that have the best quality outcomes.
The California Healthcare Foundation estimates lowering the C-section rate could save taxpayers as much as $440 million every year.
I wanted to avoid a C-section unless it was absolutely necessary.
It produced this video to educate mothers.
Remember, your voice matters.
CHCF's goal is to lower the overall C-section rate in California to about 24% within 5 years. It's something doctors and even mothers like Melanie Damaris support.
As a patient, you should be able to depend on your doctor for accurate and truthful information so that you can partner with them to make the best decision for your child.